quick how-to on the magic button, which is one of the most central parts of Inca. So I've opened up a project which is already labeled, because first I want to show you the options without clicking the button. So if you hover the button, there are two things you can do. The first one is restore deleted clusters, and the other one is reset coding. So in Inca, you have the ability to remove clusters. So for instance, if I select some more clusters, let's take 100, and there might be something in my data I do not want there. So something which is not properly segmented, or something which is nonsensical. I want to remove it completely out of my analysis. So for instance, let's just pick a random one. Let's say I want to remove this one. I can right click it and I can select delete cluster. So you see, in this case, it will turn red. As soon as I hit classify, it will be removed. So let's do it. Let's give it a bit of time. So we're back, and now this particular cluster has been removed. If I want to get it back, I can hit the magic button and I can click on restore deleted cluster. So let's do it. I'm sure, yes. There we go. And it will refresh, and it will bring back the cluster I have just deleted. So this is something which can be useful. Another thing I might want to do is reset this labeling I've already done. So the magic button will also allow you to do this. Just hit reset coding, click OK, and it will reset to the first status where there are no labels. So let's dive into the rest of the functionality of the magic button by clicking it. You might recognize this screen from your upload screen. So on the left, you will have your project statistics, where you can find the number of questions with how many answers have been processed, the coverage on how many languages have been detected in Inca and how many have been processed. So if there are languages which Inca does not understand, this percentage will be slightly lower. So you can see the distribution here. The center part is the most important part. You can have the option to automatically remove non-phrases and common interjections and adjectives. So typically you would want to click this to remove this nonsensical stuff. You can also opt to not do it, and then you can use the remove cluster button we've shown you just before in this quick how-to. So this is a powerful tool you can use to pre-process your data a little bit. So you can do automatically detect relevant labels. In this case, ChatGPT will be asked to do the coloring of the tiles for you. So we've talked extensively in other tutorials and how-tos on those. So I'll refer to these tutorials if you want more information on that. Define labels by hand. Now this is quite a useful feature, so I will quickly spend a few words on it. This is a more technical interface where you can use this interface to provide knowledge you already have about your data. So for instance, if you already know which topics are in your data and you have some examples ready, you can supply them to Inca in this format. So label 1 equals, and then some example separated by a semicolon, and then another example and another example. So for instance, if you want to add communication, you can use the equal sign, and then you say, well, communication, feedback sessions, talking to each other are all options relating back to communication. So this can allow you to work very quickly with Inca. If you have already done some data processing in the past, you have some examples, you have another project, you want to import some knowledge from another tool, just convert it to this format. And let's just show you how it works. If I'll just paste this, I'll click on set manual labels, and you see now there are 2 labels. So you can do this with as many labels as you want. reset them, just remove them, and totally gone. Another thing you can do is import labels from a previous project. We also have a quite extensive tutorial on that, which you can use to do that, but I'll quickly show you that if you click it, INQQA will provide you with a sorted list of projects which, from the look of it, or from the data, are similar to the data you're processing in this project. So this one, I have made a copy, so there's one which is 100% similar. Actually, there are two. There's one which is slightly similar, and there are a few which are somewhat less similar, but you might want to reuse the labels from these projects. So if you just click them, you will find a nice list of all these topics. Another thing which we have also got a more extensive tutorial about is the detected filters. So this relates back to the data you have uploaded. So if you upload your data with some background information, you will find it in this screen. So gender is a background information I have supplied, and INQQA has detected two values there. For age, something similar, and there are a couple of more. There's one added automatically, the languages, and this relates back to this overview. So you can sort on the detected language INQQA has processed for you, so you can filter your data on this variable as well. There's also the possibility to add more filters. Their primary use is using something like emotional expression or tone of voice. So sometimes you want to use sentiment analysis on your data, and you can add it here. We have a very extensive demo on use of sentiment analysis, so please check out that one if you're interested in that one. But what you can do as well is add a previous label set from a previous project as a detected filter. So this will allow you to build layers of analyses on your data. So this is quite an elaborate use case, but there might be reasons where you want to separate your data along the lines of, for instance, this project. So you can add it. If I click it, you'll see that it will be added here. And on top of that, I can use these labels as well as an import, which will allow me to do quite elaborate filtering on my data after I've processed it. So I can filter on a label which is defined by this set, and then I can analyze it based on the labels I've provided here. We might do an extensive tutorial if there's some nice business case to explain this. Well, this is all about the magic button. If there's anything else you want to know, please let us know, but I hope this will help you in working with your data more efficiently. Bye!